Okay, welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into, well, a really fascinating set of symbols, the Six-Part Rite.
Yeah, the source material here is dense, but incredibly rich.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
And our goal today is really to give you, the listener, a kind of functional map to unpack the meaning behind this symbolic language.
Right, without getting lost in, excessive jargon.
Exactly. We're starting with this core idea from the sources.
Right.
The body is basically spirit in material conditions.
And everything seems to orbit around one central point.
The heart chakra, that's going to be key.
It really is. What's striking is how these sources use physical gestures, spatial ideas, to define really deep spiritual concepts. It builds layer by layer.
Okay, so let's start foundational, the power of three. The sources talk about using 3 fingers of the right hand.
Yes, the 3 in 1. It's fundamental. It's presented as the way harmony is achieved by balancing opposites.
So what specifically do those 3 points stand for?
Well, they cover quite a bit. They represent time, past, present, future, and cosmic function, creation, preservation, destruction. Structurally, they form that symbolic triangle, the gateway blue, surrounded by gold.
So it's like an anchor.
Exactly. It anchors the whole thing in this idea of endurance, through managing duality.
All right, if that's the structure, what about the substance?
Yeah.
The light in the stations. It's described very particularly. Not sunlight, not starlight.
Wait, it's called light beyond light.
How should you understand that difference? What does that mean?
Well, if we stick with the idea of body as the spirit's condition, then this spirit light is to normal light what, say, an activator is to the thing being activated.
Okay, so it's not passive.
Not at all. It's not just illuminating things. The source says it's the life force itself, the light that is the life of men. It's active.
And the stations of light themselves, they seem to define space.
Yeah, they mark out the totality of space. They kind of suggest the elements or substance while also pinpointing locations on this body of light.
And they form a cross. What's significant about that cross?
It's described as infinite. Infinitely extended in all directions.
But centered.
But perfectly centered. And that idea, the infinite center, immediately points us inward. It connects all of space to that single crucial point we mentioned.
The heart chakra.
Exactly.
Which sits right there, doesn't it? At the intersection of the lines formed by the third eye and navel and the left and right breasts.
Precisely. And if you connect that to, say, Kabbalistic ideas, it lines up with Tifereth.
The sun center.
Right. The solar intelligence. It's even called the womb of the solar body. It's like the engine room for the spiritual self.
Okay, this next bit about light concentration is, well, it bends my mind a little. The light from these infinitely bright stations is drawn inward. But the stations don't get dimmer. And the heart chakra's light becomes equal to the sum of all that infinite light.
That's the concept. It's defining spiritual resource as additive infinity. It's not like energy you can use up or divide.
It gets synthesized.
Yes, it's synthesized. And that leads directly into the symbolism of the metals at the heart chakra.
All right, the gold and silver. Tell us about that.
So the gold represents the incorruptible essence of the solar body, pure value.
Okay.
And that's contained within the silver, which is the incorruptible container, the lunar or astral body. Silver is the translator, the vessel.
So this inner gold, this is our core spiritual value.
That's how the sources frame it. It's the deepest treasure a person has.
So, wait, what does this imply about, the normal human drive for money, for possessions?
Well, the source calls that a debased awareness of this inner value.
Debased awareness, meaning?
Meaning the desire for, like, a big bank account or lots of stuff is, spiritually speaking, a kind of confused echo. A misunderstanding of the real gold they already possess inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
That definitely reframes things.
It's a powerful idea.
Okay, so that value needs structure too. Let's talk about the call and response in the right. What's its job, functionally?
It's really about interdependence. It focuses attention, sure, but it also doubles it. It creates a shared effort.
A communal enterprise.
Exactly, and the source is very clear. Call without response, or a response without call, that's just futility. It needs that dynamic exchange.
And it happens conceptually between the heart chakra and the stations.
Right, linking the center and the periphery.
And we keep coming back to those stations 3 times, the sources say. Why repeat that? Why keep grounding it there?
Well, several reasons. It anchors the main action, stops it becoming too floaty or abstract.
Right, keeps it concrete.
Yeah. It also gives you a measure of progress, shows how things have shifted, and visiting 3 times obviously reinforces that power of 3 we started with.
It all ties together. Which brings us to the very end. The seal of the seal.
The final sign. It's the equal-armed cross inside a circle.
Formed how?
By bringing together the cross of light from the stations and the supramundane heart chakra station itself. Center and periphery unite.
And this seal connects all performances of the rite.
That's the idea. It represents the whole experience, condensed. And interestingly, while it depends on everything before it, the source says it arises of its own volition, like a natural consequence.
Okay, so wrapping this up. For you, the learner, trying to grasp this, what's the practical takeaway?
The sources actually give a pretty direct instruction here. They say that focusing on the succession of these core symbols, the three, the light, the gold, the cross, the seal, that's enough.
Enough to get the meaning.
Enough to get the meaning without recourse to internal or external verbalization. The symbols are the communication. You let them work on you.
So the final thought for you to maybe chew on. Consider the sheer efficiency of that. A system designed to bypass spoken or written language.
Right. How potent is a way of knowing that aim is to instill meaning just through focused attention and practice itself?
Something to think about.